great old time. I hope. Okay, let's dive into it here. It is the draft for game number 3. KT back on the blue side once again. Oh, what is that I hear? Blue side 100% win rate? That may bode well for some teams. Not necessarily for KT, because if there are trends, oftentimes what they are very good at is denying that they exist. As the Azir going to be taken away from B2D, the Vi going to be banned this time around, as the Varus is also going to leave. Now that we do have a lot of junglers missing, the Vi does skyrocket in priority. And Yunara still going to remain permanently taken away here. 80 carry pool is actually kind of interesting moving into this final game. We'll have to have a look at what's going to be picked up. Maybe it's just going to be a Xayah Kai'Sa handshake for both of these teams. That could be one of those opportunities as the Akali taken away from Zeka. This is, I think, maybe a bit of a I want to play Taliyah if you don't ban it type situation. I'm not entirely sure.
Feels like a no-brain ban here, particularly because it's BDD. So I do expect that that one will come through. And then what comes next?
Yeah.
That's the question as we're into game
Poppy.
3.
Poppy is up.
High up the list. Yeah, that's a big one. Yone ban.
Interesting.
Okay, so they're basically forcing them to pick Taliyah then.
Yeah.
Because normally what you do is if they go Taliyah, you go Yone. So I think with this, Hanwha Life is trying to push them towards a Taliyah pick, thinking that Zek has something else that he can play into it. Really interesting though.
Yeah, it is kind of intriguing.
I'd still pick it. No.
Wow, that is not... Okay, well, I mean, it is a choice you could make.
I guess you don't want him to pick Sion?
Yeah.
I hate Blight Trundle. I know his win rate is also not great.
The win rate of first pick Trundle as well, I think, is horrifically bad. And so now you can pick Taliyah, and Taliyah Poppy could be a thing because you can build walls for the Poppy, which is kind of nice.
Also, the Poppy Slam activates the Taliyah stones.
Yeah.
The rocks, which is
you can
cool.
just drag them through it. Nico going to be the priority as well.
Yeah, that's a good opener. I think Delight has not looked as good on many of the range supports that he does on his Rakan, on his Alistar, on his Rel. Nico's kind of a middle ground there because obviously Nico, as we have seen more and more of her, we have learned that her engages are a little silly. She's just, she's just a little silly when it comes to the playmaking potential that is there. So I think Delight definitely a warranted pickup here. So you can go for like something towards your bot lane here. Otherwise, like things like Karma definitely going to get banned out, right? That's one of the few matchups we've seen that actually works out well. But I think you have to pick something for Taliyah here. That's not... That doesn't fill me with excitement and joy. You know what I actually would have loved more than this Trundle? If we're playing...
Anything at all.
You know what it is? It's Paperman. When we have like Cuz in particular. Remember when Cuz ran the LCK with Sejuani and Viego?
Yep.
For like an entire... When was it?
I mean, Viego especially, he was so good on that.
What was this? 2023, I want to say? When that KT was tearing it up.
Yep.
I like that. I'm not particularly fond of this. I know the Ahri has been a classic counter pick into the Taliyah. I mean, that's what Player C does, right? Like, I don't...
It's a classic pick into the Taliyah that players have done.
I think it feels comfortable. If Taliyah wants to do damage to you, generally she has to come in range of your charm, and you can circumvent the E. That's kind of the way that I look at it. Also, Taliyah does really struggle when funnily enough, when champions are actually on top of her, right? There's kind of a, once you actually have closed the gap, I think Taliyah does struggle. So there's the Karma. No surprise there as a takeaway. And you need to basically pick a heavy AD hyper carry here if you're KT, because...
Yeah, you'll have no damage.
You want... Yeah, so what, are you going to look like Jinx?
Cogmore.
Cog Lulu?
Yeah, it's Cog Lulu time, baby.
Is it?
No, it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's Caitlyn. Maybe Caitlyn is the answer. I mean, it is Kai'Sa, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's like Vayne versus Space Vayne. Maybe that's the answer. Then you can use Taliyah's wall against her.
It's probably going to be Aatrox. They pick up Aatrox here.
Yep.
That's, yeah, there we go. No-brainer. I think you have to go hyper carry. I think otherwise this comp also just doesn't get to play the game. We need a hyper carry that can play the game into a Kai'Sa. I've not been loving the last draft and a half from KT Atlas. We'll see if they can bring it home here.
Yeah, this whole one is really not doing it for me. The Scion is feeling a little bit better. We know in the early game it does do a fair bit of stuff.
It's like Felios?
Yeah, the smiling means
probably.
And there it is. Aphelios Lulu going to come on through. Lulu fresh off some nerfs, but still we did see it get banned in the last game. And is going to be coming on through here for Peter. You can see feeling pretty good about the whole situation. But now, what are we going to be getting out of Peanut here as he's trying a bit of the Pioshik trick as the horse is going to come in.
You're a dive comp.
As it's doing some nonplussed looks. Yeah, Talia Poppy is feeling pretty good. Although, into Trundle doesn't feel fantastic, and Ivern is instead going to be locked in.
Okay, those facial expressions, that's actually peak.
That's called Peanut fandom right there.
I remember going through a bit of a phase with Peanut's Ivern, where I remember really hating it at the beginning.
Yep.
And then I think he got better at it.
He was pretty good at trees. He was a bit of a foliage gamer.
Yeah, but he did play Ivern like it was Maokai. I know he played it a lot, but it was...
I mean, they are both trees.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be played the same.
No.
I really don't know. I feel like Ivern, in theory, when you look at the KT draft, I think it's actually really good. Trundle, I think, really struggles into him. It gives you a ton of extra safety. It's just, with the comp that they had, I actually would have rather seen something like Heka. I'm not even...
Yeah.
It's a dive comp!
Yeah.
We're playing dive. We have so much setup. We have really good backline access. We have Kaisa and Aatrox.
It is a really awkward... And even Kaisa doesn't really work with Ivern that well.
So are we going to just... Oh my god, I love these. I love this art. So maybe we go poke Kaisa? Is that the angle?
I mean, maybe.
And then we go Lethality Aatrox. Run it back.
Oh, that'd be sick. Well, hoping that one happens as Doctom with the fancy new Aphelios skin coming on through with that one. That's kind of cool. Look, I don't know about the Ivern, but otherwise I do think that Hanwha Life Esports look like they have a great composition. KT, on the other hand, not sure. Let's get into it. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3, the decider between KT and HLE. As KT trying a bit of that Scion cheese, as everyone has got their wards down, and the backs are all going to come on through. HLE looking to get some deep vision down, as they did manage to scout the location of everyone on KT's side.
I'm still kind of running through these drafts.
Uh-huh.
I think somehow KT ended up with the one I like a little bit more.
I mean, in the end, it's not it's not 100% horrible. But also the Ivern just makes the HLE draft look weird. Yeah. In every way.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
And the fact that the Trundle kind of made the Poppy illegal,
it's really interesting.
The Poppy would have looked kind of cool.
It's really interesting in that I think if the bot lane of KT was on the Hanwha side, I'd be like, this game is so free. Actually, imagine a Aphelios with Lulu Ivern.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, no, that's where enchanters work, when you've got something that does this amount of large boom damage.
I feel like Ivern is at his best when you can play, obviously we always talk about the mid-game spikes, right? When you can play for these type of kite-back compositions. I don't really feel like that's how the Hanwha comp works, but I'm willing to be convinced. And on the KT side, I feel like the Ahri is kind of a standout in a negative way.
Yeah. It is KT. It is BDD though, and he has been playing extraordinarily well this series in particular.
Yeah.
So might be able to find something.
Peanut using the knowledge of the top side cleared. Funnily enough, if there's one best Trundle that you don't get, Raptors is the best one, okay? Because let me tell you, Raptors is just, it's not fun. Oh my god.
Yep, Viper and Ruler are the ones that play this champion. Basically, the prerequisite is, have you spent time in the LPL? And that is a yes here in the Legend group for both of those.
That is where the best Kaisas are.
Indeed. They both know to use Jackie Skin as well. Which I think is shared by basically everyone.
Kaisa have auto skins?
Yeah, she does.
I wouldn't know.
Some of our Rise group teams actually do use those skins as well. We saw base skin Kai'Sa
I guess that's
that
why.
one time.
I guess that's why they're in Rise group. I'm just saying.
Precisely. It just doesn't quite work out the same. I think Diablo's actually had some pretty good games on Kai'Sa, but it doesn't fit my narrative, so I'm not going to go into it. And by my narrative, I mean the script that we do have over there.
So
we're
really leaning into the script memes today.
Yeah, that's what I kind of settled on.
That's what you're feeling?
I mean, at least that's what the script settled on. I don't really...
I always wonder if there's people that actually...
Which I'm going to go wide.
Little and big. I always wonder if there's people that actually believe that.
I think there's people that believe everything. You know? Like, I'm sure there's a person out there that believes...
Yeah.
Like, a thing, if you think about a thing.
I mean, it's one of those things where it is terrifying to think of the fact that, you know, the games you're watching, the people you're listening to, the players that are playing the game are just human and sometimes just make dumb mistakes.
Yeah. Sometimes you believe things, you know? Sometimes it's like based on something your dad told you when you were like 4 and you just blindly trusted. Like I thought that my aunt and uncle boarded up their chimney so that Santa couldn't come down because they were religious and Santa wasn't welcome in their family for religious reasons. But I actually believed him, that they did actually board up their chimney so that Santa couldn't get in.
How long did it take you to...
So he told me that when I was about 6, and I realized it wasn't true when I was about 14. Because I just blindly believed, right? And I never thought to question it. It was just in there in my brain as a thing that was correct.
Atlas, I was about, I want to say like 4 years old. And we were at a relative's place. They had a lot of animals because they lived on the farm. And one of the animals was a hamster. You know, and the hamster had I think it was like a vitamin C shortage. So it had little vitamin pills. So my mom gave me
little hamster pills?
Yeah, but they were just normal pills, right? They're just.
Cuz doesn't have a jungle.
Yeah, he's not having the best of time. Peanut's actually doing a really good job in these invades. Because the main thing is that Cuz doesn't know, so he's wasting a lot of time. His delight. Oh, the minion wave!
There it is. Seismic shove going to connect there as well as PDD has to flash. On the level 5, no Spirit Rush to come on through as there's the rocks and down goes the fox. Oh, an unnecessary little rhyme there, script, but that's okay. Bit on the nose, but we'll let you get away with it this time around, as now Cuz, he's the one that's going to eat a few of them. Zekrom also going to be taking a turret shot.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, feels pretty terrible as he just teleported.
Like falling behind early as Ari, teleport and flash used. That's a triple whammy, Atlas.
Yep, it's not a great time. Let's have a look at this as well. Look at all these camps that Peanut has been able to take down. Very nicely done into this Trundle matchup. That's perfect. Doing fine, I guess, but actually, no, he's not. Oh, God. The CS margin is looking a little dire.
He is playing into
Aatrox. And also, the lane swap, I think, hasn't necessarily been the best.
I was just going to go Zeus Aatrox, which...
yeah, that's probably not.
He did build up a bit of a reputation as a champion.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the hamster.
Yeah.
So, vitamin C pills, they were just normal ones.
Got it.
And then she gave me one. Just because they're vitamin C pills and it's fine. So I had the little like vitamin C tablet. And then she said, as a joke,
you're now going to turn into a hamster?
Yes. How long did you think it... Oh, stolen away.
No.
Nicely done, Peanut. How long did you think it took me to show up bawling, saying, I don't want to be a hamster. I don't want to be a hamster.
All right, let's have a look at this replay, and then I'll give you my answer.
It's just so well done by Delight. That's the type of play that we don't see often because players have gotten really good at reading Nico.
This is all weird here towards this top side of the map as Cuz moves up, throws down the pillar as Docked Arm, red-white, don't fight. And HLE will get the message. That's some decent gun management this time around. That was my biggest criticism of Docked Arm last time around, is that his gun management was nowhere near what we expected from this guy who had such a reputation on this champion.
And that to me is the biggest difference with the previous draft. I think this game is actually very playable for Docked Arm compared to the last one. Really, the only one is eventually, obviously, Viper will be a big issue. So will Zeus. But I don't think they've really hit critical massive dive the way that they did in the previous game. And he is a Lulu.
Is he not going to do it again?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it was like 4 hours later. My mom had completely forgotten about the joke. And then I just showed up and she had to calm me down and explain that I would not, in fact,
turn into a hamster,
yeah.
I mean, that's probably better than me waiting 8 years to even think about the fact that this chimney wasn't actually getting boarded up every year. It was so, because I remember I asked Dad, I'm like, wait, Wait, so if Sander isn't necessarily real, then why would they bother doing that?
Kids may be watching, Atlas.
Well, I mean, sometimes you gotta
Maybe
learn those
Dad
hard
has
truths.
Maybe Dad has LCK on the TV.
Today is a day about hard truths, okay?
So we
KT
have the
is
script
playing.
reveal. Oh,
yeah.
not true. Oh no.
So,
oh no.
I'm sorry if you're still a believer. However, I remember I asked the question and it dawned to me in that moment, as it's dawning to me in this moment, that Dr. may have put some extra practice into his Aphelios because he's looking pretty good in a lot of these trades. As KT going to be able to take one of these grubs, but I don't think they're going to be able to take the rest of them, as Peanut and Zeka will move on over to lock these down.
Don't leave out Daisy the Cupcake.
Oh, sorry, yes. Daisy's also there. Nice work, Daisy. Worth as much as a Nexus. And that's what wins you the game.
That is just your...
And I will say it every time.
That's just your favorite amount of gold.
Yep.
Peanut doesn't have flash, by the way.
He did have smite, so there's that. He is really dead though, as he just pops like a balloon. That's BDD grabbing a kill back. And that is actually going to give him a slight gold advantage here in this lane where things were not going so well. And now Cuz, without the jungler on the enemy team, this could be a big opportunity now as Delight. Oh, that pillar gets... Oh, and the Gravitum comes down as well. Pop Blossom needs to be used defensively. It does get Delight out of there. But still, KT kind of making this comp work.
Okay, Peter, I love the energy. That was not a good play. Like, you... I don't think the flash self.
It's about the vibes.
Okay, yeah, you do send a message.
Exactly.
You know who would make that play, right?
Peter.
No, that's peak barrel, right?
Oh,
that's
maybe that's why it makes me enthusiastic.
Actually, I think it is. I think it's actually a one-to-one relationship.
Yeah, I'm very ready for tomorrow's games. Obviously, I'm not going to be disappointed at all.
No,
it's not going to be similar to the Pog State last week, where I was just fully depressed when we sat down. Need to apologize to my colleagues for that one.
And this just gets us back to the age-old question: who is suffering more? Fans of Rise teams or fans of Legend teams, particularly if you're KT or Nongshim. As Peanut, yeah, he doesn't have flash, right? Had to use the flash in the top lane. This is kind of what I was referring to earlier as well when I was talking about the... he's playing it like Maokai. If the bot lane, or the top lane, your bot lane, doesn't have any prio, you can't just be there, out in the river, as a flashless Ivern. Not okay.
Well, Delight is going to be pushing Perfect out of this lane. Thankfully, I mean, the fact that there is like a 20 CS gap between the Scion and the Aatrox doesn't really matter. Scion's still going to be Scion. So that is going to be good news. He's also going to drive towards his top side. So able to take these minions as the cannon will soak a fair bit of this up. And he does manage to pick that one up with the Kindle Gem. Very nicely done. But in between the turrets is Zeus just living his best life on this Aatrox.
The Cinder?
Sorry, yeah. Did I say Kindle Gem?
Yeah.
I mean, it is red and does build out of a Ruby Crystal.
I know, it's completely understandable.
Yeah, Flash does have to be used here by Zeka in the mid lane. But yes, your Farmy Cinder is what I meant. Wow. He would like some
Atlas,
haste, though, I'm sure.
It's not your fault.
Oh, yeah, I mean, sometimes the script does say the wrong thing. No, Farmy Cinder is actually in the script. I just said the wrong word.
I was about to go in this whole spiel about how they have to humanize the casters and we can't be too perfect. You know, we always do such a good job.
Oh, no.
No one ever has any issue
I'm
with
still
the
humanized, however, it was not the script's fault.
It's just because you're human?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I said N-word. Okay, Zeka now getting pillared here by Cuz. The flash forward from BDD, though, and down will go Zeka. The seismic shove from beyond the grave as the Pop Blossom does find one, but Doctom has red, white, and he is ready to fight, although maybe he shouldn't be, because he's just going to get eaten by a gigantic Aatrox, and BDD kind of wishes this was another Chemtech Soul game, because that Blast Cone did not take him far enough. Viper will lock down that kill, and HLE skyrocket into a 1k gold lead.
Gonna need a replay on that one, Atlas. I'm a little
I was so ready for Doctom to pop off, and then he just popped.
I'm a little perplexed. So let's start. This is a great turn onto Zeka. Nicely done. No notes. I want you to look at the light here.
Yes.
By the way, because it's the combination of disengage. Doctom, he completely whiffs the ult, but it's really the fact that Zeus gets the reset. And then Doctom just kind of walks into melee range of the Aatrox that is resetting, and Viper's like, a free ult for me. And the funniest thing about all of this is that Peanut survives when he was the one together with, oh my god, really?
Congrats for 5,500 assists, Peanut.
The only thing that could make this better is if this was done playing Shyvana. Because you know what I always love is when we have these things.
Maybe that's why I picked
like,
Ivan, because Ivan's really good at getting assists.
Yeah, no, he is. But it's like, remember when you see like the Peanuts like career highlights, and then early on it's like Nidalee,
Yeah.
Lee Sin, and then later on it's like Sejuani. Guess what?
Okay.
Get Ivan in there.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a rough fight to lose, right? We will not be having a third camp Exol, which is nice. It's also not the end of the world for KT. I think the composition scales really well into the late game, but it's more so
1-0-1 Aatrox.
KT, well that, and KT, you need to have a clean front to back. Like you can't play for a messy fight.
Oh,
like
Delight is very dead. VODs just going to find him and execute him.
Clean. Actually, the kill goes over to
Well deserved there, Peter.
Peter. Did earn that one.
Nailed it.
Definitely didn't want to take
1-0-2.
it. But he will have redemption now, which is nice.
Oh, VODs not going to quite find the Spirit Rush kill on those minions. It's a little bit of a shame, but that is fine. As Peanut puts down an inconspicuous brush. I'm sure they have no idea that he's anywhere near the vicinity.
It's a festive brush as well.
It is.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. He does like surprise party skins. Whenever he played Fiddlesticks, he also liked the surprise party Fiddlesticks.
That would have
respect
been
it.
fun as well. But he already had a AD, or AP mid laner rather, so not really that likely. Collection are done here for Doctum as well, which I think in this game does make sense. I think you want to kind of try and fit in a Serpent's Fang somewhere here into that enemy team. In general,
Serpent's Fang Scion.
yeah, well, you know what? They did buff his AD.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying.
Maybe that's the angle.
It's been a day, Atlas.
It
We're
has
not even halfway there.
Yeah, this is the beauty of it. Because we
great.
also have the Rise group coming up.
And it's not just any Rise match.
Oh,
It's Bro and Brew.
I think that this is going to be one of my all-time favorite matches coming up. And we're in one of my all-time favorite matches right now. I kind of wanted to stay at work forever today.
Hey, we can make it happen. You know, maybe after this we keep the LCK broadcast running, we just Challenger VODs.
Oh, perfect. Does get flung around just a little bit here as Zeus is moving in. VODs is immediately ulting away as Kuz is going to explode. Into the backline goes Zekka as well, utilizing that walls. The rest of KT just trying to reform. It's a lot of ultimates on cooldown here for HLE, but I think they should still be able to take down this Rift Herald without Kuz on the map. Does make a fair bit of sense. Doctum's guns as well don't feel fantastic for this particular moment. And so KT will just back away, let this one happen.
I actually really like what Hanwha Live is doing here, because I think Hanwha Live very aware of the fact that, again, KT, what they want, even though the RA feels a little bit, you want a front to back. You want Sion and Trundle on the front line. You want Aphelios free hitting after, besides that, and Lulu to be able to support everyone. And then BDD can like look for picks, try to play for Peel. He has a couple of options in his case. So every single fight, Hanwha Live, the previous fight at Dragon, exceedingly messy, which is good for them. Now, this fight where they just single out Kuz, who should be a little bit more tanky, but I think doesn't even get the ult off until he's basically already dead, as it's Delight again on this Nico. That sets it up like by the time he ults, he's already dead. Despite double investment, Peter also using the Wild Growth there as well. And then that's one of your pressure points gone. And now Viper is 2-0.
Yeah, that is a problematic part of this, because Doctum still has a little bit of a CS advantage, something like that, but I mean, 900 gold is going to mean that Viper will be hitting that 2-item spike pretty swiftly.
Yeah, and so that's not great. Then there's also the fact that because of how far ahead Zeus is, and it's also the matchup, he will just have perma-prio, which means that I think the win condition for KT is a full fight with Doctum once he hits his, like, at least 2, but ideally 3-item breakpoint. Just an actual front to back. Like, how are you going to deny backline access when you can't take vision control?
Well,
very tough.
They're going to look to see whether they can just take down this outer turret. It's not going to be the case, though. As, all right, we are just starting the train. It's a bit of a drive-by there from Perfect, but the Pop Blossom is gorgeous. Still, there's not really a whole lot of follow-up, but still, Kuz is going to die. as BDD looking to make his way out against Zeus. Perfect, trying to escape as well, and the Infernal Chains pull him back. The Seismic Shovel still missed, but it does not matter. Down goes the Scion, the zombie gets no value, and HLE should be able to make it a double dragon.
I don't know about this Blight Trundle.
I do, it's bad. What do you mean you don't know? Of course you know.
That's my... Come on, take a look, Atlas. That's the way I phrase my disapproval.
I know.
That's the character I'm playing.
But
I
also,
can't just feel like that was...
When you phrase it like that, look at the script. That's my response.
Okay, we're getting too
it's
many...
a bit better, isn't it?
We're getting too many layers deep, man. Oh my god.
Well, red, white. Okay, white, purple. Maybe that's going to be good enough. Never mind. He is going to have to be McHale's. That's what Peter does have, so that's certainly good. Still, we are driving Shelly towards this bottom side of the map. See how the drifting goes as Zeus. Oh, man, looking real clean as they will be able to take down that one as well. The crowd goes wild as he tries to get back in Shelly once more, and BDD will be able to stop him. Let's see what they can actually do.
Oh no, I've
as
seen this
Worldender
before.
comes through. Cuz looking for the angle here as the Gravitum is going to be able to lock Zeus in place. The knock-up is going to be there with the Wild Growth, but he still dashes his way out.
I was going back in.
Yeah, they're looking for the angle here as he pops on over. That's going to be the wall delivering KT to safety, but also stopping any more aggression. As Perfect did have the ult, but decides not to use it.
Yeah, and I understand the TP there from Perfect, because if he doesn't TP and they get, some people get caught by the wall, it could be bad, but it just ends up being a waste of a teleport. We go back to this play. Nice flash there from Zeka, like that wasn't actually really on Perfect, but I want you to look at what happened.
Oh, the shove, man.
Yep. And again, Cuz dies, flash up, didn't get the Trundle ult off. And then here, Aatrox showing some of the sustain and the power of Sundered Sky, gets a little help from the Redemption as well. Ivern also keeping him alive despite everything. And he doesn't end up going down. And then we see, I think Viper reads the play a little bit earlier. Like, look at the teleport timing there. I think as the wall comes out, Perfect TPs to the bot lane. Tri-brush doesn't end up working out, and this lead is slowly getting bigger. And Atlas...
Oh, someone gotta start Otacon, right?
For the sake of funny, it'd be good if Hanwha started and throw. That's kind of what I'm looking at.
Oh, then we could have an even game state.
I know, that would be cool. Also, KT could start it and get it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know whether that's high on the probability list.
Well, no, but that would be, you know, that if that's a choice you could make, then that would be great.
Yeah.
They can't, though. KT,
they could start it.
Okay, you know you have a lot of shielding, but your resistances are still going boom.
Yeah, Zeka does have teleport available. See whether he does decide to pull the trigger on that one.
You know,
Perfect is the one tanking this up for now.
Maybe they can set up for the front to back things. He's used. That's a cooldown.
Yeah, Otacon is going to lose interest. We'll head on back. They don't necessarily have a great tank outside of Zeus for this Otacon.
Oh, they don't want to do it. They don't need to, really, I think. They can if they choose to do so. Peanut with the shield will help a lot. With tanking it, and Viper does really shred this in a very short amount of time. There we go.
They are just hitting it. As the Infernal Chains do go wide, we'll see whether that gives KT a little bit of an inroad as Daisy does pop on over. Still, she's taking a lot of damage. The Moonshot does collect it. Down goes Daisy. Does wave goodbye, which is adorable as the wall is going to be set up. And now KT, they're inside the Thunderdome. Perfect, able to break the chains that bind this time around. As Cuz moving forward. Moonlight Vigil is decent, and Peanut will be taken down. No smite for this Otacon this time, and it's Cuz that's able to lock it up. Still, he's taking a lot of damage. Perfect as well, tanking this up, but he is now unstoppable. The Pop Blossom finds two in the backline, knocked on one of them, but the Severum keeps him alive, and down goes Viper. Delight, no one there to support him. He's charmed up by BDD, and my goodness, is BDD charming today. As Zeka, he'll just walk his way out, 4 on the floor, and they just get Otacon, Chronicler. That's what you asked for.
Everybody put your hands up, we're in the roller coaster.
Oh my god. The script is really on the nose today. Like, really on the nose. You're not supposed to announce it beforehand. It takes all the gravity out of it.
Me saying, okay, T, just get it. As Man, I can't believe they actually got away with this. It's Otacon, right? Like, normally Peanut doesn't die to that one auto, by the way. But he's been tanking the Beyblade!
Yep.
And then, right here, Hanwha Life look to turn. Nice ult there. The flash charm from BDD basically kills us, and then, despite the engage from the light, there's still the defensive ultimate from Lulu, right? That Wild Grove, I think, ends up killing the play from Viper, who in a moment of desperation
Not to
tries
mention
to go
having
in.
Severum for that moment.
Yep.
Definitely great for Dr.
And now look at the gold swing, by the way. That's not even including the stats you get as
Zayas might also be falling down here as he is just a little bit too far up, and Perfect gets his revenge. It is going to be Soul Point over the HLE.
I don't
know whether it's worth.
KT, I don't love that. I know you're getting a lot of gold on the top side of the map, which is like...
I mean, they have a gold lead now, which is kind of nice.
Okay, but
Soul Point is a big deal.
Infernal, Atlas.
Yeah, Infernal's a bit better than the double Chemtex that we've had the last couple of games, and especially if Cuz is just going to die. He gets the Wild Growth, and he does flash away, but that is a lot of buttons that are now unavailable, and Viper is just hoovering up the map.
And this is where we are faced with the age-old question. What is more KT? To win this series, despite everyone besides Ox thinking they wouldn't, or to give the fans as much hope as possible before losing in a heartbreaking manner?
Do you know what the beautiful part is?
It's both.
KT are flexible. They really don't mind as long as they're disappointing someone. That's how it works.
That's the age-old. That's how we.
Yeah.
That's how it's written.
Yep. It's been written for many years now. And thankfully, they are so good at sticking true to themselves. You know? You're not sure whether he's crying or laughing, and I think that is a beautiful epitomization of what's really been happening here. As KT have 32 stacks, of course, Otacon going to be helping out there, but it does mean that some of these... Like, why does Perfect, like the level advantage for Perfect in the matchup is like really bothersome.
That's just, it's Otacon. Right?
It is, yeah. But the fact that can exist.
Oh no, I know.
Is kind of silly.
Whew. Was that like a, were they subtweeting Peanut? They're like, why aren't you shielding him? Kind of felt that way from Jonas Strong.
Yeah, he may have been sending that message.
We're about to hit Doctam's third item, which is a really big deal. Same for Viper, yes, but I think Viper has a much harder game to play.
This is also such a boom ultimate build out of Doctam as well.
Oh yeah, we're going full damage. I imagine that's going to be Executioners.
Well, BDD looking for an angle here, does manage to pick off Delight, but Delight stays alive, and BDD may not be so lucky as the knockup does come on down. Oh my god! Okay, yeah, we said the boom ultimate build. Yeah, that works. That works. Well, we back to 200 years? I feel like it's been 200 years since he's come out. All right, well, 3-1 and 2.
Doesn't even have his third item yet. Like, does he just kill them if he has?
I mean, Infernum's a heck of a gun. Does still need to wait a little while. 2/3 of the cooldown on that Moonlight Vigil.
Hey, this is such an interesting game state because if Doctam gets the free fire, I think KT obviously are in a really good spot. Hanwha Life though have the threat of Soul, and like this is I think a must-take Soul because Viper will just blow you up as he really went all out on the damage.
Yeah.
Which I think just 4-mail on Perfect really isn't enough. Right? Like, I actually think the healing is a big deal on this comp.
Seismic shove. Oh, little bit weird, but can't actually push him into that wall. So Cuz not going to be flung back.
Okay, Doctam does have the third item. Flash is almost up. I think this is a good opportunity for KT to look for a fight. The problem is you need to be very careful. If you lose either a flip or you lose a fight in a rough enough manner, you might lose the soul. Right now, you can't afford to lose Infernal Soul.
Yep, minute and a half. You can see BDD moving up towards his top side. I think this is the last opportunity that KT have to deal with that wave. And so thankfully, he is going to be there to do so. See whether he can build anything as he does go back. Cute little Oblivion Orb is going to be there. And of course, with an Ivan on the team, does make a whole lot of sense to get some anti-heal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's what I was saying earlier, right? Like, just foremost not enough. I would love it if Doctam picks up the Serpent's Fang next. I'm not even kidding. Against the Ivan, I think Serpent's Fang's so broken.
I
We'll
think
see.
it's a
Maybe
good item.
Zeus could also go towards it, right? He's playing into Lulu, he's playing into a Scion. But we'll see. Those are luxury items, so they're not really on the table just yet. But I feel like this game is going to go the distance, Atlas. I feel like we've earned that. You know, I think we're due.
I think so too.
For a nice long... Because, you know, a
55-minute Game 3 heartbreaker?
We kept talking about that Elder Flip, and you know what? We never got it.
We didn't really
also,
get a good
KT,
enough
I
one,
swear
did
to God, if you trade Baron for Infernal Soul...
Oh, that could be a choice.
Don't do that.
As they could also just allow Cuz to die, but that doesn't happen. He just wanders his way out. HLE just booking it over towards this
they get first
Infernal
move
Drake. Yeah, they are going to move on down there. And Peanut should be able to get the smite off, and there it is.
The engage is not that great for KT. Like, I think they're really good.
They do have control of mid-wave. That is something. And Docton's got great long-range items.
That is true. That
guns,
helps.
Sorry. Still, Daisy going to be standing up front.
Banana Brush. Turret is in there.
Yeah. Zeus. He's the one that wants to get in, but of course, there's not a lot of people that are going to be going in alongside him. As Moonshot connects onto Zeka. Every time that lands, man, it does so much work. Seismic Shove onto Perfect one more time. The poke here from HLE is starting to stick. Those Void Seekers do need to land, though. As they're moving over towards Zeus, or the Slayer doesn't connect. Another shove does land onto Perfect, but he's starting to not really notice them. But the Dragon is getting taken down. 50% health now, and KT does need to make a move. All right, in they go. There's a Moonlight Vigil. It does connect, and Cuz looking to make this one a 50-50. He comes on over and he steals it. It went down to 4 health. As, oh my God, the damage. The pillar is gorgeous. The rest of KT moving over to BDD into the back line. Still, Zeka does find the angle, but Doctor, my God, the damage is filthy. And KT, they rock the fight and deny the soul as well. And look at the KT fans. They are just no emotional reaction. Because that's exactly how you're supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a little bit more
Nothing on the outside, nothing on the inside.
Exactly.
No emotion.
Just make sure you stay stoic in these moments. That's what you have to do. Kind of like the guy's dad in How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, or that one scene in The Lost Airbender where you can't show emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to get your face stolen, as Delight doesn't have access to Spellbook.
Nope.
So can just, you know, try to...
He has a Tangle Bobs, though.
Go for a Hail Mary.
There we go.
You have to. You have to. You have to. Oh, they're going to just keep it there?
Yeah, BDD is just going to come on over and say, no, you're just not even going to get into this. As Cuz was running back, he did die in that last fight. So, with no smites, that is the right way to play it. Let's have a look at this one more time.
I really want to see, because I think the setup was there for Hanwha for the smite. Like, they need to hit this.
Infernum, man.
Infernum is crazy, but look right here. I feel like they were trying to sync up. If they get an... Oh my God, the damage there from Doctor is insane. If they get a Viper auto together with the smite, I actually think you get it. Peanut smite just haven't been good. That was, again, another early smite.
I mean, it went down to 4 health. Have a look at this. 34. There was a 4, but it was 34. And I mean, it's a really good shove, but ultimately doesn't actually matter. And look at that guy getting all of these resets, dashing around the fight. We are straight back into it, by the way, as BDD finds Zeka, and the Seismic Shove does absolutely nothing. Zeus looking to make his way over. Orbit Deception not finding the mark there. They do get the ulti out of BDD, but it is traded for Zeka's. And Daisy is probably going to go down here as well.
And that moment from Cuz might end up being the most impactful thing in this match, because if they trade, I still think that Hanwha Life kind of keep an angle in the game, right? But now, game is going to be so hard to play. You're losing full map control. I think this comp really relies on getting backline access, and you shouldn't be allowed to get it with the game state the way that it is.
Well, Cuz now in a little bit of a rough scenario, but still stays at max health.
Sieging into Ivern is kind of a nightmare, for what it's worth. And
also, like, the Oblivion Orb tax has been paid on one side, but not on the... Oh, actually, never mind. Delight does have one. They do need that for Cuz.
Oh, yeah. And the pillar as well. There's actually a lot of members on Hanwha Life for which it is very annoying. They're going to get this inner. And the gold lead will grow here for KT, but it's not a knockout punch. That's the big thing. Even if they get the mid lane turret as well, puts KT in a good position.
And perfect. Just going to move up towards this inner turret. 3 items finished here for the Scion as well. He's a very happy boy here at 32.5 minutes in the game. And even has a gold lead against Zeus. He was up like 2,000 gold.
That's a.
Or was that last game?
Look at that.
He was up a long way.
That's a roller coaster graph right there.
Oh, it is.
That's beautiful. I still don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, neither do I.
Because we're also...
I mean, KT are in a really good position to win this game, and I don't know whether that's a good position for KT to win this game, you know?
If Dokdom ever dies, I do think they just instantly lose the fight. Like, that's what scares me.
Yep.
And I know he has Lulu, he has Redemption,
GA,
he has the kills,
QSS.
he has QSS, and he has GA. So now that I say all these things out loud, even with no flash, I don't really know what Dokdom needs to do.
You are sounding very HLE biased right now.
Wait, how?
Because it sounds like you're saying that Dokdom has all the tools to stay alive in a fight.
He does!
And now that you've said it, that cannot be true. As now we're looking for a bit of a face check here. Perfect is just going to wander on in and throws Daisy through the team as Delight is a minion. And Perfect doesn't take damage.
Kind of love that he didn't get hit by the...
The row of the Slayer onto the Daisy is so cute, actually, as Moonlight Vigil comes down. It does get a stun onto Zeka, but doesn't do a whole lot of damage with the Gravitum. And again, Daisy is just being rocketed through the team, charmed up. Oh my goodness, this is not very fair. Still, it's now Perfect just going to get focused down. Where's the response from KT? It's just not even really there. Zeus happy to tank that damage as PDD dives in, there's a Pop Blossom, it connects onto the priority target, and down he goes! The GA has been popped! And he does have a Severum, I just don't know whether it's going to be enough to keep him alive, and it is not! PDD cannot answer this! Down he will go, and I blame only Chronicler for this happening! And now, finally, Chronicler will admit that curses are indeed real!
Okay, no! No, why? Yeah, why are we letting them just slowly take down Perfect? We have all the tools in the world!
Why do you have to talk about all of those tools? As Golden is PDD, Delight tanks for quite some time. The Nexus turrets are dead though, and HLE, after an absolute nail-biter, will take down KT in this third game. And I will never forgive you.